Okay, welcome to Philosophy Online Lecture. We are dealing with ethics as a branch of philosophy, and in the previous video, we gave you the concept of ethics and its origin and types of ethics. Branches. Yeah. So now we'll be considering a very popular ethical theory, which is called situation ethics or situational ethics. Now, situational ethics is a theory in both ethics and theology that is it has to do with the philosophy of morality and in the religious aspects too. Okay, now the situational ethics basic position is that actions are to be judged either right or wrong based on the context of the situation or the circumstances. Okay, so it is the situation that determines if an action is actually right or wrong. Okay, so it is not the rule or anything, it is the situation. Okay, so moral judgments must be made within the context of the situation. Okay, and the situation must be viewed as a whole. Okay, so the main goal of situational ethics is to act in the most loving way that will help us maximize harmony, reduce discord, and enrich human existence. Okay. So the end goal of every action must be the one that produce the result of love. Okay. So now it is important to note that the main propounder of this theory is Joseph Fletcher. Okay, Joseph Fletcher. Okay, he did this in his 1966 work titled "Situational Ethics: The New Morality." Okay, so Joseph Fletcher identified three approaches to moral decision making. That is, these are the three approaches that we consider when we want to make a moral decision. He identified legalism and antinomianism and situationism. Now, legalism is the laws of the land, okay, like the Constitution of Nigeria, okay. So we consider, oh, what does the Constitution say before I put in this action, okay. Now we also the antinomianism are they are like laws that reject even the constitutions, like our religious laws, so. And then we have situationism, okay, which is more like a principle that guides our decision making based on the situation. Okay, now he rejected both legalism and antinomianism, okay, because they are too extreme and absolute. Okay, for example, the constitution said that this is what we ought to do, you ought to do. Or no, is it what to do, this is what you are to do. Okay, so the constitution is absolute, that it neglects, according to Joseph Fletcher, the spirit of morality. Okay, so the spirit of law, it rejects the spirit of law. It encourages strict adherence to the law and rejects the spirit of the law. Okay, so to Joseph Fletcher, every action or situation ethics should be based on the Christian norm of brotherly love. Okay, so whatever we want to do, we should always consider love at its peak. Okay, now when he says that we should act according to the situation we find ourselves in, for example, someone or a family has one of their relative on the sick bed for over 3 years, and this relative has been feeling a lot of pain. Okay, then the doctor one day suggests that, oh, let's have euthanasia, and euthanasia means assisted death. Okay, let's remove the oxygen and then let her go and rest in peace. Okay, so the Christian or the law could be against killing people, okay, because removing the oxygen confirms that the person is going to die, right? Now, but due to the situation, we have to act in the most loving way, and the most loving way is helping relieve that pain by allowing that person to go in and rest in peace, and also reduce the cost of spending and spending and spending by the family. This is a tutorial. Please, let's not take things personal, okay? But that is the point. Acting in the most loving way, okay? It could also be a situation where the mother, a woman is pregnant, and the doctor realizes that, tells the husband, say, is either your baby survive or your wife survives, okay? So you have to help us make a decision quickly so that we this thing. And the man loves, that, to save the mother, because this is my wife and she can definitely give birth to other people. So he acts according to the situation. For example, to someone is very hungry, maybe an ulcer patient, and you find food that does not belong to you, but because you are very hungry due to that situation, you act, okay? You take the food that does not belong to you, okay? So this is acting according to the situation. So it is the situation that actually does what? That determines the rightness and wrongness of an action, not the action, the action or the law itself, but the situation that say, okay, this action is right and this action is wrong. And like I said, Jesus Fletcher was against the legal position, okay, that the letters of the law, they are which hold uh, absolutism, that is, the law is supreme, okay. So he said that there are so many absolute norms in the legal system, but the only law that is uh, the only law that should be absolute is love, okay. Every other law is relative to the situation, okay. The only law that has goodness in itself is the law of love, okay. So when we act in love, we are actually acting right. That is position. And he identified three types of love: the filial love, which is the love between family and friends, the eros love, which is the love you guys do, like boyfriend and girlfriend, and the agape love, which is the unconditional love of God towards us that we are to extend to others too. Okay, so this is what our actions should be based on, and it is like the example. If you are a Christian, there was this situation where the Jewish law was against doing anything on the Sabbath day. Then Jesus Christ healed someone on the Sabbath day. Okay, he went against the law, but he acted what in the most loving way, okay. So that is a picture of what situational ethics is trying to tell us. Now, Joseph Fletcher gave 10 principles of situation ethics, okay. 10 principles are divided into two parts. We have 4 working principles and 6 fundamental principles. The 4 working principles are PRPP, that is pragmatism, relativism, uh, positivism, and personalism. Now, pragmatism is that every uh, principle of action must be what is practicable, what is workable, what can be done, okay, what we can put into action, okay. So that is pragmatism. And relativism is that the rightness of or wrongness of an action is relative to the situation in which such action is to be made, okay. Now, positivism is that situation ethics relies on empirical facts, okay. And when we say empirical facts, they have not all the examples I've given you are examples of real life situations. There is not abstract examples, okay. So situations are definitely events, real life events, okay. So it's situation ethics relies on these real life events, empirical facts, okay, and not abstract or rational thoughts alone, okay. Now, personalism holds that situation ethics are for the benefit of the people, okay, benefit of the people, okay. They are not done towards animals or so on, or items, okay, but to the people, okay. So they are for the well-being of humanity, okay. So now the 6 fundamental principles are uh that only one thing is intrinsically good, which is love, okay. That is number one. Love is always good. The second one is the ruling norm of Christian decision is love, and we can see this in the Christian text that love is the highest form of commandments. Love your neighbor as yourself, okay. And also with number 3, that love and justice are the same, okay. So love there is no difference between love and justice. When we are carrying out justice, we are acting in love. Our love is justified. Okay, so when we ensure that equality or actions are being done in the right way and in the deserving way. Okay, so here that justice is love distributed. Okay, now also number 4, love wills the neighbor good, whether we like our neighbor or not. Once we act based on love, we will always will them good. Okay, so for example, if you are one that do not greet your neighbor and fight with your neighbor, and then your neighbor dries his or her clothes outside, you rain start falling, then as one who is going to act according to the situation, you're expected to help that neighbor take the clothes inside. You're acting according to that situation because of love. Okay, now and also here that only the end justifies the means. That is number 5. Okay, so the end justifies the means implies that situational ethics is a consequentialist theory. Okay, now the consequential theory are those that hold that the rightness or wrongness of an action is based on the end result. Okay, so but for situational ethics, the end result must be the one that produces the highest form of love. Okay, and then lastly, number 6, love decisions are made based on the situation. Okay, so our decisions and that we make well, for the sake of love are made based on the situation. Okay, so now what are the criticisms against Joseph Fletcher theory? He faced criticism, especially from traditional Christian practitioners, okay, theorists, okay, who consider that he only streamlined his moral principle on love. Okay, there are other principles in Christianity that should be considered. He only focused is on love, and it's just like the Protestant movement that holds that the scripture is supreme. Okay, Martin Luther, if you have listened to my audiovisual on early modern philosophy, the Reformation era, okay, you understand that they held that the scripture is supreme. Okay, so it is the scripture that we are to follow, but not to take just one part. Okay, so they held that Joseph Fletcher was only taking one part, and also he didn't give us a clear definition of what this love actually is, and also the fact that humans cannot always predict the outcome of certain things. Okay, so how do we know that this is the right thing to do? Okay, if you say you want to take somebody food because you are hungry, how do you know that the next minute you are not going to get your own food? Okay, so those are some criticisms against Joseph Fletcher situational ethics. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe and turn on notification.